before we do the practice, I would like to say something related to last Tuesday meditation. Last Tuesday, we did guided metta meditation. Then discuss about metta meditation also. You all are very familiar with mindfulness on breath, breathing meditation, mindfulness on breath. So when I teach another meditation, sometimes you may think, especially newcomers may think, breathing meditation and new meditation, for example, metta meditation. When I teach metta meditation, think these two must do together. Actually, that is impossible. Metta and breathing meditation, mindfulness on breath, cannot do together. It's impossible. You have to, then if you go to do it, you have to struggle. You have to do one first, then you can go to the other one if you want to do. If you want to do one practice, that means just mindfulness on breath for about 20 minutes, half an hour, you can do it. And you can stop also. But if you like to do metta meditation, so you can do mindfulness meditation 10 minutes or 20 minutes. After that, as a separate practice, you can do metta meditation. But these two cannot do at the same time. It is impossible. So that is about other meditation also. It is the same. One is at one time. Actually, in meditation, main thing about meditation is one thing at one time. Not so many things. So today, before we begin the meditation practice, I would like to discuss something related to meditation and 5 mental poisons. Meditation and 5 mental poisons. The important thing is we have these 5 mental poisons. We are ordinary people. We are not free from mental poisons. Especially, there are 5 mental poisons which are working in us, in our mind. Meditation is to overcome 5 mental poisons. One of the main objective of meditation is overcoming 5 mental poisons or controlling, subduing 5 mental poisons. Most probably you are familiar, because when you learn about meditation, generally you learn directly or indirectly, you learn about mental poisons also. So the first mental poison is, I use English words, distractions. That is the restlessness of our mind. Restlessness of our mind. So we all struggle. Sometimes we all struggle with the restlessness of our mind. I don't want to go to Pali terms, but generally I use the English term, restlessness of the mind or distraction. Every day we have distractions. It is impossible to think of a time we do not have distractions. One moment we are quite calm. Another moment we get distracted with some thoughts, some objects come to our mind. Some memories may come to our mind. They can distract our calmness, attention, awareness, relaxation. So we get very easily we get distracted. But in our usual life, we overcome it, but not a very effective way. Let us think, we want to read a book. If we have so much distractions, we cannot read the book. We may go through words, but we can't remember anything. Even we have difficulties to understand what we are reading. So for that moment, that particular time, we try to pay more and more attention towards the content of our readings. Page by page when we go, we try to pay attention towards contents of our reading. Then we can understand something there. We can remember that. If somebody asks later, what did you read? What is all about your reading? We can say, because at that time we pay some attention towards reading and we overcome distractions. It doesn't mean we overcome our distraction very effectively. For that particular purpose, we do it. But in meditation, in other words, meditation is, I can say, the purpose of meditation is, one of the purposes of meditation is to overcome distraction effectively, restlessness of our mind effectively. Distraction is one of the mental poisons because it disturbs our mind. It destroys the calmness of our mind, relaxation of our mind, move our attention away from somewhere. Distraction is mental poison. So later I will give the link of meditation to this. How do we overcome? What is the way we can do it, overcome the distraction? Then we have another mental poison, that one you all know, very obvious. Anger. Anger is another mental poison. We have discussed a lot about anger. We call it, sometimes we call it hindrance for mental development. One of the strongest hindrances of mental development. That is a mental poison, because anger can poison our mind. And problem is anytime, anywhere, in any moment, anger can poison our mind. Generally, mind is not with poison. Mind is generally, or originally, mind is pure. But when anger comes, mind get poisoned. So poisoned mind is dangerous, harmful. The worst thing is when mind is poisoned with anger, it brings suffering to us. Sometimes we do not know we are suffering because of the anger. There are many people, they suffer as a result of anger. They do very silly things, but they are ignorant about that. They are not aware of that they are suffering due to the anger. Some people have difficulties to sleep days and nights because of anger. That is real suffering. But they do not know they are suffering because of anger. If they really know they are suffering due to anger, they try to do something about that. They try to get rid of anger. They try to do something in order to overcome anger. But unfortunately, they are not aware of that. Then they keep on developing thoughts of anger. Sometimes even go to do harmful actions and make their, suffering worse, bring their suffering to the worst level. So anger is a mental poison. Then the third mental poison, craving, tanha in Pali, in another words, I can say attachment or greed. Craving is another mental poison. Third mental poison is craving. Anger and craving, these two mental poisons are very obvious. When we have these two mental poisons, the effect, negative effect of these two mental poisons are very, very strong, very obvious. So in a way we can say these two mental poisons are very strong. Especially craving is the most negative and powerful mental poison. That is why when we talk about teachings of the Buddha, we can find in his first sermon, when the Buddha mentioned about cause of suffering, because he talked about Four Noble Truths. Among Four Noble Truths, first one he said, tanha or attachment. As the cause of suffering. The first, one of the main truths Buddha mentioned there, tanha, or craving, as the cause of suffering. The Buddha talked about dukkha, and first, as the first truth, dukkha, or discomfort or suffering. Then cause of dukkha, Buddha has mentioned, tanha or attachment, if not craving. It doesn't mean only craving is causing our suffering. There are many, here also have many other mental poisons. Anger also create suffering. Anger also a cause of suffering. But among all causes of suffering, the main cause is tanha. That is the strongest and most dominant negative emotion which can cause us intense suffering. So, tanha or craving is a mental poison. That is the third mental poison when we are talking about mental poison. Purity of our mind totally disappear when we are overwhelmed by attachment or craving. Then the fourth mental poison is called conceit. Third mental poison is conceit. We can use another term for that, pride. Conceit or pride. We can use the word pride also, conceit or pride. In Pali we use a word called mana. Mana. Mana is Pali term. Conceit or pride we can use for the translation of that word. So, mana is another mental poison, and it is also very, very strong, very strong mental poison. Mana or pride is a hindrance for us to develop certain great qualities also. When we learn, you may have learned about four sublime states, four kind of great qualities. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekha. Metta, you know. Last week also we practiced. Love or loving thoughts without any attachments. Some people translate it as universal love also. Karuna, compassion. Singaporeans should know compassion very well. Generally, Singaporeans are very compassionate people. Not that I want to please you. That's my experience. When people are in trouble or difficulties, they come forward to help collectively. I always used to say, I can never forget how Singaporeans came forward to help tsunami victims. When tsunami disaster occurred, Singaporeans work very hard. Singaporeans work very hard, gathered necessary things, donations, and they help. Even after some time of tsunami also, they help tsunami victims. So that is really a compassion, the sign of compassion. Here I am talking about mana or conceit. Mana is a great hindrance to develop these four qualities. Especially, mana is a great hindrance to develop metta, karuna, then the mudita, third noble quality. Mudita is we translate as sympathetic joy. Mudita means quality which we have to appreciate others' progress, others' success, others' development. This is a very important quality. We live in a society with many other people. Especially we human beings are social beings. We live in the society with others. We should be able to appreciate other people's progress, other people's development also. We must have that ability to appreciate others' progress, others' development, others' success. But there is a problem. Sometimes we have difficulties. We don't appreciate others' development, others' progress. Mainly because of mana. Mana is the culprit behind that. Because of mana or pride, conceit, we think we are superior, we should be superior, we should remain superior than others. So, when other people are progressing, or when other people are going further and further with progress, we are not happy. I don't say everybody, but generally people have this weakness. Why people are not happy with others' progress? They don't know how to appreciate others' progress. They have mana. Because of mana or pride, if not conceit, they think we should be superior than others. I am superior. I should be superior all the time. No other people should be superior to me, or no other people must come to that level, my level. In some professions, this is very obvious. Especially cinema. We know about cinema actresses and actors. Some are very, very popular. People treat them like gods and goddesses. Especially we can see this in Bollywood. But in that profession, we can see what you call jealousy quite clearly. One is very, very popular. Suddenly another one come and started to get popular and go further than the most popular one. Then they have some kind of unhappiness. But the very bad thing behind this is that is really a way to suffer. We live in a world with many, many people. If I say about myself, I am one. I am only a very small unit in the world or universe. One person. Billions. There are billions of people in the universe. So, can I control progress of other people? Can I stop other people progressing better than me? It is really impossible. And why I want to do that? I do not know. Sometimes we do not know. Why? We have mana. The reason is actually mana. We think If I think in that way, I think I should be superior. Nobody should be better than me. Nobody should progress further than me. Always I must remain on the top. But that is a very unreasonable expectation. But people have that kind of things. It is not only among people, company to company, sometimes country to country. If we see world politics is all about this problem. So when a new country is progressing, the developed countries try to control it, interfere. This is all because of the mana. They think they are superior. No other country should be superior to them. So this is also a very dangerous, very evil mental poison, conceit or mana. Try to suppress others' progress and unhappy with others' progress. So end result is a person or persons who are unhappy with others' progress have to suffer all the time, because there are so many other people and we cannot stop their progress. So the best is we should learn to appreciate their progress also. Sometimes we can share their progress and our progress for the benefit of both. So mana or conceit is a great hindrance for that quality which I call mudita, or appreciation of others' progress. If we learn to appreciate others' progress, every day we can be very happy, because every day we can see some people are progressing. We can't say everybody, but there are many who can progress. We can experience it and we can be happy. So, conceit or mana is also a very powerful, very strong mental poison. Then the fifth mental poison is ignorance. Also very obvious to you all. But the problem is, nobody likes to think they are ignorant. If I say you are ignorant, you may get angry with me. Because we always think we are very clever. We know everything. Nowadays, man can go to the moon, man can travel in the space, man can make spaceships. Man is so smart, so intelligent. So how to say man is ignorant? But I can use the word spiritual ignorance. Spiritually, man is ignorant. We are ignorant spiritually. We know many other things. We are so clever, there is no doubt about that. But we are ignorant spiritually. Our spiritual development is not so high. Our wisdom is not so high. We haven't achieved the highest level of wisdom. What is the highest level of wisdom? Highest level of wisdom is knowing only three things. But those three things cover everything in the world. One is knowing everything is impermanent. Not really knowing, realization. We all know almost everything is impermanent. We have that. But it is only the knowledge. But we haven't accepted that reality, that truth. Therefore, we cannot say that knowing is wisdom. We know, generally we know everything is impermanent, including ourselves. Some people think everything is impermanent except themselves. But generally we know everything is impermanent, everything is changing. We know. But we haven't gone beyond that. We haven't realized it. We really do not know it in the deeper sense. Then the other aspect, second aspect of wisdom is dukkha or discomfort. Impermanence first, then dukkha. I don't like to translate this word into English using the word suffering. It is not wrong, but it gives different ideas to people. Dukkha is, I can say, discomfort, absence of happiness, in other words. Discomfort or absence of happiness. We are happiness seekers. Birth to now and now to end of our life, we are seekers of happiness. Is it wrong? I don't think it is wrong. It is not wrong. There is nothing wrong with seeking happiness. What is wrong is our demand towards seeking happiness is not reasonable. We want everything to bring happiness to us. We have happiness in this world. There is no doubt about that also. The people live, some people live very good family life, good wife, good husband, good children, good career. They have their basic needs very well. So their life is comfortable. So quite happy. But all these things according to Buddhist teaching, all these things also can put under dukkha. Whatever we have, and we call happiness, also can put under dukkha, discomfort. All these things which bring us happiness are not permanent. They are changing. Whatever the things we have, take for example our health. When we are healthy, we are very happy. Even we are very proud when we are healthy. When we are strong, strength, we are very proud sometimes, very proud of our strength, our health. Keep the word proud, the pride away. We are very happy. Also nothing wrong. But that health can bring happiness. Health is part of our happiness. Our strength brings us happiness. Strength is a part of our happiness. But that also Buddha has put under dukkha, discomfort. Is that, can we say Buddha is pessimistic? Happiness also put under discomfort? No. Buddha is realistic, very realistic. All these things which can bring happiness to us are not permanent, they are changing. And when they are changing, we experience discomfort. We are happy with things which are not permanent, which are changing, but we don't think of that aspect when they are changing or when we have to leave them. When we are losing them, that very happiness turns to unhappiness, discomfort. So, when we think of anything in this world, they belong to this nature. They are under this category. They are changing, including ourselves. So, wisdom means, the second aspect of wisdom means realizing this. If we can realize what we think as happiness, what we have attachment thinking, this and that can bring happiness, are also dukkha because they are impermanent. If anything is impermanent, that can bring discomfort to us. This is the second aspect of wisdom. Then third aspect is, in these 5 poisons also we can come to that. Third aspect of wisdom is absence of self-nature. That one quite deep. I am not going to explain much. Through meditation, or when we explain certain aspects of meditation, easier for you to understand. About ourselves, we think there is something, or there is a person which we can call permanent, permanent self. But when we analyze ourselves, we cannot see anything or anybody as permanent within us. So, realization of that is third aspect of wisdom. Impermanence, absence of impermanence, discomfort, absence of self-nature. These three together called wisdom. Ignorance means we haven't realized these three characteristics. These three things we haven't realized. We know. That is after reading books, after listening to Dhamma talks, after studying the Dhamma, we have learned three characteristics, but no realization. Therefore, we are still ignorant. We are ignorant. We know many other things. We have so much wisdom towards other things, but that is not the wisdom we learn in Buddhist teaching. So ignorance is also a mental poison. And in order to overcome ignorance, we have to meditate. Meditation on mainly about dependent origination. We have to meditate and realize everything is interdependent. Everything is interdependent. So, by realizing interdependence, we can overcome our ignorance. So later when we come to these things and details of meditation, I can explain the connection between interdependence and ignorance, how interdependence or dependent origination can help to overcome ignorance. So these are the 5 mental poisons. Meditation is the medicine to overcome these 5 mental poisons. I can go through before we start meditation, just in brief. So first one, distraction. So distraction or restlessness of the mind. We have in meditation antidote for that. We have a medicine for that. To overcome restlessness or distraction. That is mindfulness of breathing, practicing mindfulness, mainly mindfulness of breathing. By practicing mindfulness of breathing, we can bring calmness, relaxation, tranquility, deep concentration. So through all these, we can overcome restlessness of the mind. That's why always we start our meditation practice with mindfulness. When the mind is settled, when the mind is calm, we can realize things clearly. And mind experience happiness when it is calm. So, in order to overcome restlessness or distraction of our mind, antidote is mindfulness on breath, practicing mindfulness meditation. Then the anger. We practiced Metta Bhavana also last week. So Metta Bhavana is the antidote. Metta is the practicing the quality of Metta is the antidote of anger. But there are other methods, other ways, but most effective method to overcome anger is practicing Metta. Then craving or attachment. That one is a bit complicated. How to overcome craving? How to overcome attachment? Craving is one of the, I have mentioned about that, most powerful mental poison and most difficult mental poison to get rid of. Because we live with craving, we survive with craving. In a way, we can argue we need craving for our survival. Without craving, how to progress? Let us say you are working, you get salary, $2,000 monthly. If you have no craving, you try to satisfy with 2,000. You won't work hard. You won't achieve any progress of your profession, work. Your salary won't increase also. So everything is like that. So world cannot progress in a way, can say, in worldly way. Materialistic, when we talk about materialistic development, materialistic development is very difficult to achieve without craving. So we all need material development also. So this is very difficult to think of giving up craving. But as I said earlier also, materialistic development is also not permanent. You can work so hard, you can achieve something very high. It does not mean your happiness is perfect. When you have more, you have some fear of losing it. Let us say you have a company. You work so hard and develop the company, make it one of the best companies, whatever the things develop is another thing. But can you relax because of that? You can't. You have to maintain it. You have to see others. If others do better, others offer better things than your company offer, you may lose. Your company's progress will go lower. So, after you achieving also, you are not satisfied. Happiness, our happiness, we never achieved our true happiness. When we achieve something, our aim is further than our achievement. You can see how well-developed countries are struggling. When another country is developing, they are worried. So, happiness, material development is necessary. Behind the driving energy behind material development is attachment, but that cannot bring everlasting happiness. So, craving is linked with our development, worldly development. So, we feel it is necessary, it is compulsory. Difficult to say no also. So, handling craving is very, very difficult, but there are some certain kind of meditation to deal with it. But some meditations for that purpose, that means overcoming attachment, I cannot teach you. One is in Buddhist texts, we were taught about 9 types of corpse, 9 types of dead bodies. Different days, dead body changes to different situation. The attachment mainly come from ourselves, about self. So, by watching 9 types of dead bodies, we can see the impermanence, how our body, how far we attach to the body also, how it is going to change different levels. By watching, can get some help to overcome attachment. But I am not teaching that to, especially to Singaporeans. Then they will run away. They want to come. They don't want to come to meditation also. And I don't say that is compulsory also. Then our body, our craving actually, the starting point is self, ourselves, our body. So, our attachment towards self, our body, is very strong. In Buddhist texts, we were taught another meditation method, meditation on 32 impurities of the body. Difficult to teach people. Bodies with 32 impurities. If you go out, if you go to shops, you can see countless things to make your body beautiful. Bring pleasant look to your body. Make your body attractive to yourself and others. If everybody gives up attention towards making the body attractive, bringing it to a level of pleasing others, I think at least 50% of economy in the world will collapse. Most of productions won't have any business. So, how to teach people about 32 impurities of the body? But don't take Buddhism as a pessimistic religion. We have to keep our body healthy, attractive, pleasant. Buddhism, no Buddhist teaching is against that. But Buddha taught about this method, about 32 impurities, to know the reality of the body and appreciate the body, keep some pleasant look of the body, but don't attach. Without attachment, the Buddha wanted us to pay attention. Then only we can overcome our attachment. We can see it in this way. If we take few of our body parts like hair, people spend a lot for hair. But nowadays man is very clever. When hair is dropping or hair color is changing, they shave. They follow our fashion. I think they have learned from monks. So, a lot of people do that. But ladies cannot do that unless they want to be nuns. They must do a lot of things to maintain healthy hair, good hair. But so they have so much attachment. But when you are eating in a food stall, if you see some hair in your plate of kway teow, noodles or rice, you won't be happy. You will complain. If you see a teeth drop from the cook, chef, if not a worker, without knowing it goes to your plate of rice, can you eat? You can't eat. You will complain. So, teeth you want to maintain very well. When people have nice teeth, we like they are smiling. Hair, we like. Then our nail, fingernails. Everything is like that. We want to maintain well. When they are well, we are attached. But in another way, that attachment can be changed very easily. So there are 32 impurities like that. Hair, nails, teeth, or there are only few. In the text, there is a kind of meditation on 32 impurities. The purpose is overcoming the attachment, our strong attachment. So they are sometimes, for certain people, can be practical, for certain people not practical. But there are many methods to help to overcome attachment, many meditation methods. Attachment is very strong. That is why in our text we can find many methods of meditation or meditation objects to overcome attachment. Even about the food. Attachment towards food is very strong. That's why when countries are developed, they have a food industry. Actually, I don't like the word industry. Anything become an industry, full of craving. You see, medical industry now, very difficult to say medical service. In developed countries, hard to find medical service. That is not medical service, medical industry. It is good, well-organized medical facilities. You can enjoy well-organized medical facilities, but you have to pay the price. It has become so expensive. You work so hard, then you have what do you call CPF. You have your savings for many years. If you are sick and admitted to certain hospitals for 3 months, your savings will be gone. This is the reality. Because medical service has changed to a medical industry. So, food also become an industry. So you had to pay more and more for your food. Food, attachment towards food is very strong. To overcome it, some texts teaches meditators to pay attention towards loathsomeness, negative aspect of food. But that is also very difficult to teach in this modern world. People enjoy their good food, good taste. How can I teach them bad aspect of food? So anyway, some people can do that. So craving, when we talk about craving for food also, craving for ourselves, craving for food, all these things are included. There are antidotes, some meditation to overcome that. So, antidote for attachment, I discuss. Then, conceit or pride. Antidote for conceit or pride is meditation on 4 elements. We have 4 elements. Most probably, when I am here next time, I will conduct meditation on 4 elements. I have done before also. Our pride, in order to overcome our pride, we have to analyze ourselves. When we analyze ourselves, we can see everything within us is not belong to us, come from outside. 4 elements means hardness, liquidity, heat, and air elements. When we say our body, that means nothing but these 4 elements. Hardness, liquidity, heat, and air element. All these things come from outside. We maintain our body, we maintain our health as a result of these 4 elements. Hardness, that means our flesh, our bones, our nails, our teeth, all these things exist in our body in the form of hardness. But they are owed to, this hardness owed to food and drinks come from outside. Then the water element, it is very obvious. We had to drink certain amount of water almost every day. We cannot survive many days without water. So it comes from outside. Then heat. Heat comes from solar system. If heat doesn't come from solar system, we cannot survive. Then air element, every time we breathe in, breathe out. If we breathe out, we have to breathe in, otherwise we cannot survive. But one day we had to do that. Just breathe out, cannot breathe in. Then we know what is going to happen. So, all come from outside, but we think, I, myself, this is my body, all this. That is why we are proud. But when we know we owe to the universe for all these things, our pride, when we realize it, our pride will go down. Then ignorance, Paticcasamuppada, practicing meditation on Paticcasamuppada. That is the antidote for ignorance. So there are different types of meditation as antidote of 5 mental poisons. So 5 mental poisons can be overcome only with the help of meditation. Therefore, meditation is so important. Now, I think we have only about 15 minutes or 20 minutes, but we can meditate. We do simple meditation, mindfulness on breath.